This is my Black Series
HQ15, and
though it has a decent amount of storage for its size, we're going to try to squeeze out
just a little bit more.
I'm thinking here under this dinette seat on this side we have the inverter, and there's really a lot of space left in here. So I'm going to try to maximize this space by building basically just another platform over top of the inverter and some doors to access little cubbies like this and this and this over here. Put a little mark where the bottom of my shelf is going to be, and I gave it the inverter just enough space to where it has a little gap in between the bottom of the shelf and the top of the inverter. A, I don't want it sitting on top of the inverter, and B, we have this on-off switch right here for the inverter, so I don't want it coming in contact with that. So it's probably going to be about a 1/4 inch gap or so between the shelf and the inverter, and I'm going to put some doors in here on the sides. So let's get to cutting. Alright, so I have my supports cut out. These will be the supports that go along the side, and these will go to the floor there, just like so. So I got all those. Now I'm going to cut out the actual platform. I already went and took my measurements, so I'm going to mark those out now. Okay, I have my measurements here, and I'm going to do a 3-door system. So I'm going to have, it's got the 2 brakes and supports on the dinette, so I'm going to have a door in between each one of them. So I'm going to mark these out now. Next step will be to drill some holes in each one of these doors as a starting point for the jigsaw. But not only is it a starting point for the jigsaw, this will allow a way to open the doors. I'm not going to put any handles or anything on here. It's just going to be a hole that you can stick your finger through to open these doors. So I'm going to drill these out now. So next is the part that I'm a little unsure about. So I'm going to cut these out with a jigsaw, but I don't want to put any bracing underneath the door to keep it from swinging open the other way. So my thought is to cut these doors in at an angle. So when the door closes, it'll just wedge in there and stay where it should be. I don't know how well this is going to work, so we're going to find out. Hopefully it works good. But I got my jigsaw set here at a, what is this, 15-degree angle inward. So hopefully it works good. I mean, this is pretty thick plywood, but I don't know. Let's give her a go. First coat done here, but I'm not going to bore you with any more painting. This video is probably boring enough as it is, so I'm going to slap another second coat of paint on this, finish up my braces there, and I'll see you inside the trailer. Before we go inside, I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill the support legs and the shelf support itself. Now that we're inside, I'm going to go ahead and set our shelf supports in place, starting with the legs. I'm going to go ahead and put those where I want them and finish drilling the pilot hole, and then I'm going to set these in place. I'm going to attach these using a number 6 1-inch screw, brass screw. Now that my supports are in place, I'll go ahead and put the final touches on the shelf itself with the doors by installing these hinges. These are 1.5 inch hinges. I'm going to put 3 on each door. After that, we can go ahead and put the shelf in place on the supports. And I did have to notch out the front side of this to fit around the, to give me clearance for the brackets and screws that hold the actual dinette base together. Well, I think that'll just about do it, ladies and gentle hams. So I got my everything in place. Drawers open up nicely and get in there, store stuff, and then I have a nice area on top to store items. I didn't get enough space down here as I thought I would, but that's alright because it needs ventilation in there anyway. Got some storage down there. Of course, the third side, you know, got my pipes down there. Put stuff in that little cubby and whatnot. Storage on top. Got my laptop here, some poker chips, and my audio mixer. And because I ran the wires through the vent hole there, the hole for the vent, I can actually use that while it's under the dinette. It's not ideal, but it still can be done. I just popped the cover off over there and ran my cables through. And speaking of which, those were the vents for the inverter, obviously, but you know, they don't go below the shelf now. So I am going to do a video. I'm going to cut in some more holes over here for some ventilation for that inverter. So stay tuned for that.